8 million Americans were victims of identity theft last year. And with increasing security breaches at department stores and gaming companies, it can happen to anybody. There are ways to beat the crooks. On the Consumer Watch, Julie Watts says one victim learned her lesson the hard way.
They got over $600 on 7 cards in less than an hour after taking my wallet.
And Bonnie Hogue says this BART station was just the first stop, even though she thought she'd done everything possible to stop the identity thief in her tracks.
I contacted every single bank, let them know I had an identity theft, went to Equifax and filled out a form. Also went online and did a police report.
But still, 1 week later, bank tellers say this woman accessed Bonnie's accounts at various banks. And someone changed her passwords, opened up credit cards, and even bought a diamond ring with Bonnie's identity.
The best crooks are great at social engineering, at talking people into doing things that they otherwise shouldn't do.
Neil O'Farrell of the Identity Theft Council says that's why it's so important you take the proper steps after your identity is compromised. And he points to Bonnie's case as the perfect example.
She certainly did the right thing by approaching the credit bureaus.
But he says instead of a fraud alert, which notifies you when someone tries to open an account, you should issue a credit freeze, which stops any activity altogether.
We've come across so many cases where there's a fraud alert on a credit report, and the car salesman, for example, will just ignore it or believe some kind of story that the thief will tell them, and they'll drive off the lot with a $50,000 Lexus.
But for many, the impact of identity theft reaches far beyond their credit. In Bonnie's case, bank tellers say this woman withdrew thousands and even locked Bonnie out of her own account.
The one weird thing actually for Bank of America was she changed my verbal password.
But O'Farrell says actually it's not weird at all. With a license, social security number, and a little Facebook research, most thieves can crack security questions like mother's maiden name, address, and high school.
I mean, it's very easy to set up a code with your bank saying, unless I physically give you this number, don't allow any access to my account, don't assume the person is me, just like the PIN number when you get a credit freeze.
But when it comes to her biggest mistake, even Bonnie acknowledges that was carrying her social security card.
That will sell again and again and again. If there's additional information involved, like a name, an address, a driver's license, I mean, that's something that even organized crime would buy because they can maximize that.
And that's a regret Bonnie says she'll live with for the rest of her life. Because as she learned the hard way,
you cannot cancel your social security number and get a new one issued. So she will forever, whoever this person is, will have my social security number.
Now, we should note the Social Security Administration will change your number in, quote, extreme cases, but the San Francisco office tells us it's only changed 2 since 1985. And Bonnie says the one thing that she did that's helped her more than anything else was filing that police report. She says every credit agency, every bank has asked for that number. And I do want to remind folks that the woman in the surveillance photo has not been charged with anything, but police are asking if you recognize her, contact us so we can put you in contact with the proper authorities. Right. And this spans various jurisdictions, so they want us to kind of be the go-between.
Gotcha. All
Thanks.
right. Thank you.